We're back on the SportsMax zone and we're going to talk some football now. French giants Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, have rejected a £137 million bid from Real Madrid for striker Kylian Mbappe. The 22-year-old Mbappe, who joined PSG from fellow Ligue 1 club Monaco for £166 million in 2017, has 1 year remaining on his contract. He has so far refused to sign an extension to his current deal. Now, Paris Saint-Germain sporting director Leonardo says Madrid's bid for Mbappe is lacking. They say the offer is considered to be a far cry from what Kylian is worth today. We also owe part of the money to Monaco, and we consider that the bid is not sufficient. Real Madrid's bid for Mbappe seems like a strategy to show they were trying every way to sign Kylian, and that's it. They've been disrespectful, incorrect, illegal, and unacceptable. We are not accepting 160 million. If he wants to go, it will be for our conditions. Meanwhile, the PSG owner, Emir of Qatar's brother, Khalifa bin Hamad Al Thani, has urged Real Madrid to agree on a specified price for Kylian Mbappe or compete in the new season with Gareth Bale. They say if you agree to the specified price, contact us or compete in the season with a golfer. And the golfer is Gareth Bale because he does a lot of golfing. Now joining us to discuss this, the SportsMax football analyst and former TNT international, Brent Sancho. Brent, a lot happening with Mbappe and news about him going to Real Madrid and so on. We just heard from a couple of the principals involved, both from the Real Madrid side and the Paris Saint-Germain side. What's your take on what's happening there?
Yeah, I'm not surprised that PSG would have turned down that offer. First and foremost, where PSG have evaluated Mbappe's transfer fee is way more than that. It's somewhere in the region of 200 plus million. So to come in at 163 million, although I must say, Lance, that it is well documented that Mbappe wants to leave the club from Paris and move to Real Madrid. But the offer that has been tabled by Real Madrid is just not sufficient. And I wonder, in fact, I'm surprised that Real Madrid is able to even put in that sort of money, knowing very well their financial situation. So I don't know, and I would be very surprised if they went higher than that 137 or the offer that they had. If they can go any further, I'm even surprised they are at 137. So it would be interesting to see what's their next step.
Yeah, well, we had an extensive segment, Brent, a couple of weeks ago about the financial dire straits that are facing the Liga top clubs, including Real Madrid at the moment. So the point that you're making is pretty well taken. But why is it, if you can put that on the table, that Mbappe wants to leave PSG so badly? Because he now has Messi there, and the club with Neymar and so on, to me, appears to be on the brink of possibly a pretty special European season. Why would he want to leave at this time?
Yeah, it's a strange one, especially with Lionel Messi coming in. We know for the last season or two seasons that Mbappe has wanted to leave PSG. The reports, unofficial reports, is that, of course, he's not happy with the locker room environment and the various cliques within the locker room, and he feels that he will have a much better situation playing away from France and being at Real Madrid. It's a team that, as a boy growing up, that he supported. And of course, he fancied the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, etc. So somewhere within his head, he's always felt that this is the right move for him. I just felt, Lance, when Lionel Messi came to PSG, I thought that would have been enough to keep Kylian Mbappe. I think any player at any part of the world would want to play a season or two with of course, Lionel Messi. So I'm a bit surprised that he wants to leave. He can't leave for free next season, at the end of this season, sorry. And I think that might be where this ends up. But the fact that he wants to leave in a team that I think many of us feel can go all the way and win the Champions League, to a team that I think might even struggle in La Liga this season is a very, very strange one.
Well, Brent, we haven't heard from Kylian Mbappe as yet on this matter recently. I know he has voiced his concerns previously, but as of recent, we haven't heard from him. I get the sense that, his advisors may tell him, and maybe this might be the best decision, and you can weigh in on it, that, stay with PSG, win the Champions League, and then, of course, your stocks will go up, and then maybe you can go to Real Madrid to become the star of that particular team and that league.
Yeah, you could always look at it that way, but from my experiences with agents and people of that ilk around the game, right, they always try to go for the money first. Whether the money comes before anything else, and if they feel that financially this is a better deal for him, if they feel it's a better deal for them as an entity, they will take it right now. And it's not so much about, of course, winning the Champions League and looking good for a prospect next season. Yeah. If you speak to any agent, most 9 times out of 10, the first thing they would say to you, suppose you break your leg in the second game of the season. So they would always suggest that you take the money now, and I think that's exactly what they're suggesting to him.
Yeah, and Brent, you are a former player. You get the opportunity to be a part of history, of course, to suit up against Lionel Messi and Neymar, versus the opportunity to be in a team that you're not even sure will compete. What would you do? Will all the money in the world make you move to that particular league?
I think the problem with me is I'm so long removed from actually playing the game that things have changed so much. There's something called the commercial side of a player, and every single footballer wants to have that ability to have the most Instagram followers, the most Facebook followers, most Twitter followers, building their commercial capacity. Where Kylian Mbappe is right now, he is third string right now with Lionel Messi coming in, and might even be fourth string with Sergio Ramos there. So for him, he wants to cut out his own niche. He wants to be his own superstar. He wants to be that person that could carry his own commercial value. It's the exact same reason why Neymar left Barcelona for PSG, because he wanted to carve out his own niche. And I'm very sure that Kylian Mbappe and his handlers, the people that support him, would be suggesting to him, you need to get out of PSG and the shadows of all these big players to carve your own niche. And that is where some of the players of this time make their decisions based on their commercial capacity.
Yeah, well, Brent, based on your assessment of things and your considered opinion that Real Madrid doesn't have the affordability to go beyond where they are, and PSG suggesting that they won't move from, they would move at that price, maybe Kylian will stay there and be fed with some delicious Messi passes and fill the nets in League. We're still going to talk some football here, Brent, because the transfer window ends next Tuesday, the 31st of August. That's just 6 days from now. And if we are to take his word for it, we know that the English Premier League's reigning Golden Boot winner, Harry Kane, will be staying in London with Tottenham Hotspur. As most modern stars do these days, Kane took to social media to announce his decision to stay at Tottenham. This is what he said. It was incredible to see the reception from the Spurs fans on Sunday and to read some of the messages of support I've had in the last few weeks. I will be staying at Tottenham this summer and will be 100% focused on helping the team achieve success. Come on, Spurs! Brent, how does Kane's decision to stay at Spurs affect the league?
I don't think it's a decision, Lance. I think he had no choice. At the end of the day, I think Daniel Levy stuck his heels in, and we all know how much of a shrewd customer the head of Spurs is, Daniel Levy. And then he decided that he's not gonna sell Harry Kane unless he gets the price that he wants. And that was said from the start of all of this. Look, I think this entire situation with Harry Kane to me is baffling. I just don't get how a player of his experience, his ilk, his capabilities expected that a gentleman's agreement between him and Daniel Levy would have been enough for him to leave Spurs. That is just insane to me. His handlers have absolutely dropped the ball in this one. And I think that he has to probably fire the people, his agent, because they have really messed this one up, because he should have been on his way. Not for that 150 million, we would have been able to negotiate downwards. But because they've put themselves in that position and the length of contract that they have signed, I suppose, I just don't see Harry Kane leaving Tottenham Hotspur anytime this decade.
Yeah, well, his narrative in his social media post today, was emphatic. But we know that, you know, players in this kind of position will just say what they feel is politically correct to say, because deep down his heart doesn't appear 100% in spite of what he has said. With Tottenham, he's been there for so long, they haven't been successful with as far as title successes are concerned. Do you expect Harry Kane in this current season to be the same prolific Harry Kane that we've seen in recent seasons?
No, I don't think so. I think he will. I think he will have a dip in his production. I think for sure. Although he would not admit it, I think the fact that he is not going to move will have some sort of impact in the way he plays. And let's face it as well, Lance, they have a new coach, a new way that they want to play, and it may affect his ability, of course, to reach the numbers that he's had in previous season. And as I mentioned before, very similar with Kylian Mbappe. Harry Kane is a player that also wants to build his commercial value. He's arguably the best striker in the Premiership. And still he's not up there in the sphere of the best players in world football. He's not rated in the top 3, certainly from a commercial capacity, certainly from a marketing capacity, he's not there. So that all those things you put into one picture is why he would want to leave. And I think that would have an impact. He would see it as of course, a stagnation of his career. He is moving up in age as well. And he would feel that his only chance, and maybe his last chance to leave Spurs, would have gone out the window and would have some sort of psychological impact.
Yeah, well, Brent, we're going to leave it there. We're going to watch what Tottenham and Harry Kane do in the coming months and see if the Tottenham Hotspur fans will have anything to smile about. Thanks for joining us, Brent.
No problem, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, we still have some more discussions. You were just going to a break, though, but don't move too far away from us now. Still to come on the SportsMax Zone this afternoon, Elaine Thompson-Hira, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price and Sherika Jackson are set for another clash over 100 metres on Thursday. And coming up next, Arsenal and what they did in the Carabao Cup second round today.